Hello, 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 everyone. Rosie here with you. Just getting everything set up here. All right. Can you guys see that? Yep. Oh, good. My iPad tells me we are live. I'm going to pull you guys up on my computer and close my door. Even though it's just me and hubby home right now, so it's quiet. All right, let me find you here on my computer. How's everyone doing on this Thursday? We'll give it a moment to see who can join us today. There we go. So I picked a bad time to start dusting my craft room. Literally, I thought I had time in the 10 minutes. Okay, in the 10 minutes before, I thought I got lots of time, lots and lots of time. So forgive me for being a few minutes late. All right, see you guys up yet? We'll just give it a moment, see if anyone is joining us today. We've got some fun things to take a look at. I've been so busy these last few days, I haven't even had time to watch Carla's video from last week. So I'm gonna do that after this. Check out the lawn fawn. How are you all doing? The sun is shining here in Calgary. I think we've got some spring here for sure. I'm just gonna fix my cable here. Get that out of the way. And I need to grab one more die. I think there it is to show you. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get started. And what do we want to do first? Do we want to look at new product? Hello, Diane. How are you? Nice to have you pop in. Well, I guess kind of all is new. So maybe we will do, we're going to look at this guy, the DIY Color Deck, but why don't we put him aside? Because I'm going to do a quick little demo to make a card using this as well. So you'll have to just, be a little patient. We'll get to that. Hello, everyone who's popped in that I maybe haven't said hi to yet. So we've got some fantastic new Spellbinders product. I actually didn't look before here. I should see if it's loaded in the store already. I think it is. If it's not, then hang on. What we can do, I'll give you an option for that. Let me just take a quick boo here. Bear with me. All right, new products April 1st. And you guys know we've got all the new 49 in market. Vicky's new line with 49 in market. We've got some new Alex Siberia that's coming in. Of course, if you were here last week, you saw the new lawn fawn. That's fabulous. Okay, this is in the store. Perfect. Oh wait, maybe these fruit. Oh yeah, they all are. Awesome, guys. Okay, so if you like anything you see here, you can head to the store. It is in the store now. So Alex Siberia did a collab with Spellbinders. I'm just going to put everything all together for that. I have one more thing here that goes together. Fabulous. And we've got pretty much all of it. I'm just going to put that aside. So the collab that Alex Siberia did with Spellbinders is called Spring in Kyoto. And so we've got this really fun die. Look at how pretty that is. To die cut your fans. So I'm just going to turn that over so you can see. So you've got the base of your fan, and then you can die cut different colors there. You've got all the little pieces to put that together, the bows. Oh yeah, Lindsay, there's so many. They are so pretty. We've got a couple of them here. So So this is the fan and bow. So it's 13 dies, which sounds like a lot, but it's not too bad because you've got these individual pieces, but these aren't too bad. I think this would be quite easy to put together. Okay, then we've got, oh, these are so cute. I'm not sure how you pronounce this. Kokishi dolls, but they are so sweet. Look at that. You can customize their little kimonos. Hello, Irene. Oh, okay. So there are 17 dies in this set. So you've got all the sweet little pieces. That is very cute. Okay. Then there is a press plate, and this one is cherry blossoms. So, oh, it's a press plate with cutting dies as well. So it looks like your dies will cut your letters. So the press plates, it press plates the flowers, and then the words are word dies. So you would cut them out of cardstock. So you don't have a press plate for the sentiments, and then a die, coordinating die to cut the flowers out, which is super handy when they give you that coordinating die. All right, then we've got floral fans. So I'll just kind of hold that up there. That's pretty. So those fan shapes, the 3D embossing folder, I imagine the amount of dimension you get on this must be stunning in person. Okay, now there's also a coordinating coloring stencil, but there's a bundle. So the Spring in Kyoto, this is the Better Press and Stencil bundle. So I will just take this out. And of course, if you have a Better Press, you know that you can hot foil with these Better Press plates as well. Oh, that's cute. This one's called Parasols. Okay, and so then it's got the coordinating stencil to color in the parasols. So that's what they would look like. Wow, that'd be pretty. That's a beautiful background. You could do a gold sentiment, maybe one of these from the press plate or a sentiment set, but that's pretty. And actually, yeah, could get kind of cool abstracty thing if you just use the stencils on their own. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, yay, Irene, you got your flower emporium. Fabulous. Okay, so this die is called Real Color. I believe, I'm not sure if it's a collab with someone. I feel like it might be. Hello, Maureen. But I can't remember with who. But you could use this very easily with your, if you've got the color wheel cardstock from Spellbinders, and we'll go over that a little bit later. But that's kind of fun. You could put together some color combos. You could use this on your scrapbook pages. That would be very cool for that. Okay, and now this, I believe, is another collab with Mindy Egan. And it is all about cars, vehicles. So this would be fantastic for masculine cards, for sure. Or even teenage boys. Hi, Helen. So we've got the classic car. That's this first die. And there's 16 cutting dies here. So it's going to cut all the little pieces. The detail that Spellbinders puts in these dies are really amazing. And just the debossing that they get to kind of really define the various shapes is fabulous. Okay, then we've got Muscle Car. So that's a fun one too. And this would be like really fun too for if you're a scrapbooker to use on your scrapbook pages. Then we've got Timeless Truck, like for a new driver to document getting their driver's license. Okay, this one, oh, I like this one. This one's called Speedometer. And this is fun, that little sentiment, cruising by to say, I like your style. So this looks like it's probably a press plate or stamp set that you can get that works with this die set. So that's super fun. And of course, if you like them all, you can get the entire bundle here, which is would be the 3 cars and the truck, or sorry, 2 cars and the truck. Yeah, Muscle Car, Classic Car, and Timeless Truck. So if you're looking at them individually, you get a little bit of a discount if you get the whole, if you buy the bundle together. I like that, Lindsay. Yeah, detail pieces. I hope Sandy's stocked up on sticky specs. Yes, sticky specs would be great for these. And if, you know, if this is your jam and you get these to do a lot of die cutting, I highly recommend getting the craft stacks. I'll show you those in a little bit, that Spellbinders has, to keep track of all those little pieces. All right, now this one is part of the collab with Lisa Horton, and this is a script text press plate. So there's what the back side looks like, and of course you can hot foil with this, so this would be a really cool background on your card. You can even emboss with this, and maybe we'll do that one day we'll do a kind of show you how you can dry emboss with your press plates as well. I'm going to make a note of that. I'll remember that to do that for a future live. But I think script text is always a great background option that works with anything. Okay, then we've got Memo Splatter press plate. Okay, it's kind of what the back side looks like. So just kind of your little type of splatter, and of course you can hot foil that, so that would look awesome hot foiled. All right, and this is called Real Color Sentiments. Okay, so this must coordinate with our die cut here called Real Color, our die set. Let me just show you there. So yeah, it looks like you can probably press plate these sentiments and then put them in the middle of your color reel. So that would be really fun if you did this on a press plate background with that, and then you've got your sentiments. It says, friends make every view brighter. That's cute. Brighten every birthday with color. Happy birthday, let's capture the joy. Your kindness brightens my world. So this, you're getting the press plate, and then it also has the coordinating die set. And what's really nice about these, they're all on the same plate, and then you've got one die, so you can press plate all those sentiments and cut them all out in one go. Super, super handy. So that's a fun little bundle that would work. It's not a bundle, but you could use them all together. Pardon me. Oh, and now I see this was at the bottom of my stack. We've got this is the coordinating stamp with cutting dies. That would coordinate with this speedometer die set. So cruising by sentiments. So these are fun. Have a great day. I am utterly delighted to call you my friend. Wishing you endless miles of joy. Another year in the fast lane. That's fun. So again, great. And then they've put in Happy Father's Day sentiment, which is great. So if you want to use these for Father's Day cards, this would work great for the guy in your life. Even just the sentiments, if you're not digging the speedometer, this would totally work with those cars and truck. Okay. So that is, and I had one more die in the stack, but I'm not quite sure where it's gotten to. Oh, there it is. Actually, this will work perfect because we can segue into our DIY color deck. And so this is the color swatch petal from Spellbinders. And so Spellbinders came out with this when they created their, I'm just going to step behind here and grab this cardstock. Their color wheel cardstock. Okay, so brand new cardstock. And if you get the entire color wheel, you can use this die to cut yourself some swatches for all your colors. Okay, so this is the full 48 swatch set, but honestly, this die is super handy. Even if you don't have any of these, if you don't have the Spellbinders cardstock, like you could totally swatch any of your cardstocks. If you've got basil, if you've got, you know, whatever cardstock you have in your stash, you want to have a little sample of it. And I even use these to make some samples, some swatches for Carnival. So here I just cut paper, black cardstock. I use that die, and swatched all our Lisa Horton metallic inks that we had in the store. So super duper handy. This one I swatched some pastes. So these are the Altenew Relief pastes that we had at Carnival. This one sold out, but I think we still have these two. So this is a super, super handy die if you like swatching, want to get yourself organized, and you want to have all your swatches the same size. Okay, so let's kind of move into this DIY color deck, which is basically you can build your own color combos based on the inspiration card within the color deck. So I'm just going to move that to the side here. Move this out of the way a little bit. I'll put it behind me. When I'm looking around saying I can't find that cardstock pack, you guys can tell me it's behind you, Rosie. That's where you put it. Okay, so Spellbinders also has a 1-inch punch, which, you know, cuts your perfect 1-inch square that will work in building your color deck cards. So it comes with a nice little drawer. We can pull that out, and then it gives you this first card, tells you what's inside, and gives you some ideas on how to use them. Okay, so there's the how to use side. Gives you ideas of how to use the inspiration photo and the back side. So I'll show you one that doesn't have any colors on it yet. So there's 52 cards in the box, and you're getting an image like this that you can go through. And if you've got the color wheel cardstock, you can take your cardstock and kind of choose the colors that you're inspired by in this image. And then you use your 1-inch punch, or, you know, if you don't need a 1-inch punch, you can cut 1-inch squares out of your cardstock. And then on this side, you're going to build your color combo palette. Okay. And the fun thing is on the back side, this one says fun fact, and then talks about repetition and what that means, what the principle of repetition is in design and art. So super fun. And again, there's 52 cards in this deck. And I suppose that if you love this, you could probably even get 2 and build various color combinations, right? Because there's a lot of different colors. For example, in this image, you've got a lot of different colors in here that you might be able to come up with more than 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 spaces here. So you might be able to build, you know, one color combo of 5, and then go back through and build, you know, another entirely different color combo of 5 as well. Okay, so I'll show you a few that I did so you can kind of see, and let me just find the first one. So the fun thing, what I kind of really like about this guy is you don't have to limit yourself just to your cardstock, or just to, you know, you don't have to go out and buy the 48-pack color wheel cardstock from Spellbinders to use this. You can use the cardstock you have in your stash. Okay, so for this first one, I used the Spellbinders cardstock. So I just went through and kind of pulled out some colors. And then what you can do is go back in and I didn't label which color it is, but what I probably do is just take a little pen, and you could either write it down the back side, or I would just label down here which color of cardstock it was that I used. Okay, so this one is, we've got Breeze, then I use Lilac, I use Black, and let's see, which one was that one? That's too orangey, it must be this one. Wild Berry. All right, and then I think that last one, yeah, Sicily. Okay, so now I've got this color palette, and I'm going to show you how we're going to build this into a card after I kind of go through these other ones. Okay, so for this one, I took this image, and what I did was actually pull out Distress Oxide inks from my stash. So these are all Distress Oxide inks. I still have to go back and label them. I think I wrote down on the back, yeah, which one it was. And I'm going to write these on the front here. But so I use Squeezed Lemonade, Twisted Citron, Peeled Paint, rustic wilderness, stormy sky. So if I'm using a die set or a stamp set and I want to, create some custom colors, then I can use these colors here. Okay, so I'm not limited to just cardstock. Okay, for this one, here I used some Olo markers. And again, went through, I pulled out kind of a light grayish bluish from this flower. Okay, and then the kind of light yellowy here, a bit of a moss color, the red, and then a bit more of a kind of brownish reddish kind of from the hair in that little piece there. Okay, and so this is with alcohol markers. So super, super fun and easy, and you could use your watercolor paints. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that they come out with more of these color decks, but with different images on them, because I could really see doing like having a set that would work with my watercolors, and then a set that would work that I would use with my alcohol markers, and then another set that I would use with my cardstock. So very, very versatile and easy way to pull out some colors that are going to work very well together on a card, on a scrapbook layout, on a art journal page. Okay, so that is the DIY Color Deck from Spellbinders. So let's put this into action. So last night I pulled out a few items. So we're going to use the Cheerful Flowers die from Concord and 9th. This is Kristina Werner's collab with Concord and 9th. And this coordinates with the Cheerful Flowers background stamp and Cheerful Flowers stencils. And if you check our YouTube page, I do have a video where I showed you guys how this stamp and stencil work together. And yeah, it's a great set, Diane. So yesterday I pulled out this card from the color deck. Okay, and I am using the Spellbinders cardstock. I might just, let's see if I can manage to zoom in a little bit. I'm not very good at zooming for some reason. I think there's some art to this that I haven't quite figured out. And yeah, sorry guys, I'll hold it up. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out some other time. I don't want to make you sit and wait. So I did do some die cutting last night. So I chose this. We're going to use our blue. We're using all of these colors, including the black, for this card. Okay. So what I think might be fun, I think we'll try it anyways. This is quite a large background stamp, but this is a little bit, plain to me. So I think what we're going to do is just kind of do like a watermark on here. And by that, I mean, we're going to use this stamp to just basically get, and some Versamark ink, to just get a nice little bit of background onto that cardstock. Kind of like a watermark inked. Okay, and then we'll build our floral with the Cheerful Flowers die. Sorry, I should have pulled this off earlier. Okay, and you could use any type of background stamp. Actually, I'm changing my mind. Hang on. There it is. Change it on the fly, guys. We are actually going to use this background stamp instead. This is the Simon Hurley handwritten background stamp. I think this is in the shop or something similar to it, but we are going to use this guy because that Better Press plate that has the text on it, I was kind of thinking about that. It's kind of inspiring me to use this. So I'm going to put just a wee bit of adhesive on the back of this, just so it doesn't shift when I use this stamp. Okay, and I'm using my Misty or stamp positioning tool. I'm just going to pop this right here. And when you're using a rubber stamp like this, you need to take out your foam from your Misty, okay? I'm just going to place that on there. Okay, I'm going to grab my Versamark. So we're just going to give a watermark look to this background. It's going to be really subtle, but it's going to add just a little bit of interest so that it's not quite so boring. And you could use a colored ink as well. You could use a light blue. That's crooked if you want it, but we're going to go with some Versamark. Oh, I think my ink pad is on its last days. Hang on. I'm going to have to use my Altenew ink pad. It looks like this one is, my Versamark ink pad is falling apart. I'll show you guys. I think it's hit its last days. I don't know how many years I've had this since I first started making cards, so it's got to be 20 years old. All right, so I'm going to stamp it one more time. I think I need to get a little more in the middle. My Altenew pad doesn't look all that great either. All right. Just press harder in the middle. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see. As it dries, it should kind of deepen a little. So I don't know if you guys can see that just subtle little bit of text. Okay, so it's just going to add some interest there. And as that dries, we should be able to see it a little bit better. We'll kind of, oh, my poor ink pad. Well, we have to say goodbye to the Versamark. Gonna have to put that on my shopping list. All right. So let's put that guy aside. Okay. And let me bring in, okay. This is actually one of the craft stacks from Spellbinders. I still have stuff in here from Carnival, but when you purchase it, you get this large one. So I'll just open that up. So you can get quite a few things in here. And then it has a lid too. That's the nice part. And then you can also use the lid for some of your die cuts as well. So you get this large one, and then it has two smaller ones that layer right on top of that. So they sit together like a bundle. Okay. And the nice thing with these is, like, I've actually got stuff inside them, but I can just use the top of the lid. It has a little bit of a lip, and I can set my die cuts in there for now. Okay. Get that, put that ink away. All right. So back to our inspiration piece. Okay. So our background is this blue color. Okay. And now the black is going to be the outline of the flower. Okay, and we're going to do a little inlay here. Okay, so let me just show you this die set. So with the die set, you're getting this die that cuts out your outline. Okay, and then it's got a backing piece, which we're going to use. I mean, you could, theoretically, you could use this all on its own. That's a beautiful die cut just like that. If you die cut out of gold foil or glitter foil, would be beautiful. Okay, but we are going to use our backer piece because we're going to inlay some of these other colors. Okay, so let me just find that piece. Is right here. All right, I kind of cut two at the same time because I thought if I'm die cutting, I might as well die cut two at the same time. All right, so I'm going to just slide that aside. I'm going to glue that together. Let me grab my glue press. And I've got the fine tip on the glue press, so it's going to be perfect for easily getting the adhesive. And I'm going to try not to put so much on so that it doesn't get all over the place. So I'm actually just gently pulling on the trigger here just to get little dots. Okay. So I'm just putting little dots. And I'm just going to get one. I always find that corners are kind of the places to make sure I get ink on. So just do that and that. All right. Pop that on there. The nice thing with the liquid glue, you have a wee bit of time, of dry time. So I can just lay that on here and then slide it around. And it will dry clear, but B, because we're doing an inlay on here, if we've got some glue on these inside pieces, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be covered up. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to put that aside. I might put this punch on top just to kind of hold it down for the glue to dry. Okay, so now we can die cut. These are the colors we're going to use for the petals that we're going to inlay. Okay, and that is, oh, I didn't write down the name of the colors. I think it was Sicily, Wildberry, and that's the beauty of having a swatch I can pull out, and Lilac. Okay, there is a stamp as well that coordinates with the cardstock colors, that if you decide you want to invest in the color wheel cardstock in the full set and the swatch die, you might want to get the stamp as well, and then you can stamp your colors on there. Okay, so let's grab our Scout and die cut these flowers. So we're basically die cutting the entire flower. So the petals, but we're going to use all 3 colors on the card to inlay. But that means that what you can do is just cut some extra outlines in black, and then you can create kind of 3, you can use up all the colors. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that on here. I basically laid my die onto my cardstock and just trimmed it off, since I don't need to cut the whole flower. I mean, if you wanted to, you could cut the entire flower, and you could inlay your purple with, you know, a white or a black, or use all the, just have a full die cut that you could layer onto a card, for example. All right, sorry if this shakes my table. All right, we got our little Scout, works fantastic. Okay, and now I'm just going to use my Misty pad here and just pop that out. I kind of like to leave them together so that I know which piece goes in which place once we start doing the inlay. Okay, I've got some extra bits here I'm just gonna brush away. Okay, now we'll do our peachy orangey color. Okay, we'll run that through. Okay, done. And I've got a few pieces that popped out, but that's fine. We don't need the leaves. I will just lay that back in so I know where it goes. This one goes here. I've got one lone guy underneath there, but we will be able to find him, no problem. And I'm just going to pop out that other piece. Now I'm going to show you something on this, what I've done with my die cut machine, just a little tip I learned from a video, which seems to be working pretty good. Okay. So on my top plate, I just want to show you, I've got actually a little piece of, this is a piece of like a shower, or sorry, a table liner. You know you can get like a plastic table liner to put over top of, let's say you have a wood table, you don't want it to get damaged. But I saw a video and they recommended you cut this to size, and I kind of did this before, or found out this tip after I started using this, but it kind of helps keep your top plate from warping, because it keeps that die from kind of cutting into your top plate. So it's just a thicker piece of plastic, super helpful. I find it really helps with the die cutting and works really well to just kind of keep my plates from going too crazy with warping. All right, so let's get our third color done. And we'll run that through. Okay. And I'll just use my craft pick. Oh, actually, I'm going to use this other craft pick. These sold out at Carnival, so hopefully I'm sure Sandy will be getting them back in. But it's the Prism Jewel Picker and Craft Pick. So just like that. And one end we've got the craft pick, so I'm going to use that. And just pop those guys out. Right here. And then we can also use the jewel picker end to, we left one behind. And that goes right here, to glue in our inlay. That's how pretty that is. And see, even though I didn't cut the whole flower, I'm actually going to use this on a card. But I'm not going to do it during this live. I'll do it after and then kind of show, and I'll post it up in the page on the Scrap Shotz Facebook page, and in the Scrap Shotz paper crafting group. So if you're not a member of that group on Facebook, come and join us. We've got a challenge. We do monthly challenges, and this month's challenge is build your own background. So be that on a card, on a layout, in an art journal, anything like that. So I'm actually going to use these negative pieces to do something for that challenge. So if you're not in that Facebook group, join that Facebook group, and then you'll be able to see what I came up with. All right. So now let's bring in, now I also cut some leaves. I've got some leaves here because we're going to inlay those guys as well. And then I cut the sentiment. So this is the sentiment that's from the Cheerful Flowers dies. Ooh, look at that. My Misty magnet was right there. Thank goodness I turned that over, because I would have been looking for it forever. All right. So I've got my glue. Let me get my flower is right here. So now we can start doing our inlay. So I'm just going to add a little glue here and grab my tool, because the nice part with this, I'm just going to pick that up and place that right inside. Okay, and I'm just going to work my way around. No, actually, I'm not. I'm going to go down to this side first. I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm going to go diagonal. Okay, and I need, that one is this guy. Okay, got that in there. And now I will use that. I'm going to do this piece here, or you can use your tweezers for this too. That works too. Uh-oh, hang on. That's a me issue. All right, there we go. Gonna inlay that one there, and I'm gonna add one over here, kind of kitty corner. So you can see this glue press is fantastic. Just getting a nice little bit of glue there. We don't need to put a whole ton. And that one is this guy right here. I'm gonna pop him out. This is very relaxing doing an inlay, I must say. Okay. And then I'm going to use my purple. Just gonna go right up here. And then purple here. And I am gonna have to use one color 3 times, but that's fine. And that is this guy. He's gonna go right in here. Okay, I'm just gonna put this up here so you can kind of see how it's coming together with our colors. All right, and then for this last one, I'm gonna add another wild berry. That should work well. And that is this piece right here. Oh, no, it's not. Hang on. It is this guy. There we go. Okay, so before we deal with the centers, I'm going to deal with the leaves. So I cut out what I thought kind of a greeny, a teal green, kind of like this tealy green that you see in the leaves here. I thought that would be a really nice color combo. So we're going to add our glue there. And I believe that's this guy. Nope, that's that guy. Here, I'm going to lay that out. It's the smaller one. Just have to flip that over. So this little tool, you can see how helpful it is for just laying in, helping to get these little pieces laid in. And then our leaf here. All right. There we go. Hope everyone had a lovely Easter weekend. We had snow here. You know, not anything that sticks around once the sun starts to shine, but it is Calgary. We often, honestly, I remember sitting out at a baseball diamond in July wrapped in my parka with snow flurries. So I think we can get snow here 12 months of the year, depending on the weather system in the area. Okay. What I really like about this would be really pretty to, it just looks like a stained glass piece as well. This is such a pretty die set. Okay, I think it's this guy. That goes, I think I have him the wrong way. Turn him around. Oh, no, that's not the right guy. Just a second. It should be right here. There it is. Oh yeah, I had one I had that bottom piece. I did cut 2 of these yesterday. All right. And this would be really pretty too if you wanted to add like a glimmer pen. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, so we have options for the center. So we can either, we could use this kind of green shade, or we could take a look at our inspiration photo and maybe do like a cream color like this, or light peach. But I'm going to put gems in there because you got to have some sparkle on it. Okay, so let's put the sentiment together here really quick. And you can see it cuts out the words all in one go. You just have a couple of eyes that you've got to kind of remember not to throw out, but that won't take long. I did keep them both. So our sentiment is a word die with the shadow. And I love when they give you the shadow dies as well. It's just such a nice look. All right. So just kind of eyeball that up. And there's, you can see the beauty of liquid glue. I can just slide that around, shift that a bit, get everything lined up. Okay. Now I'm just going to add some glue here for the dot on the eye. And I can see them right here. And I think they're the right side up, so this will be easy. Just pick it up, pop it down, pop it down. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to bring back in this card front. So I did cut the card front to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to use my adhesive eraser. I could probably leave it on, but I'm going to forget about it. It'll stick to my tabletop. Okay. So, super simple card. I think I'm going to just do it just like that. We're just going to glue that. I could pop it up. I'm just going to glue everything right to the card front. Keep it somewhat one-dimensional. It's layered dies, so they can only be so much one-dimensional. Okay, and then our thinking of you. And then I'm going to see if I can find my gems. We're going to put gems in the center just to add, and maybe sprinkle a few around as well. Okay, I'm going to stick my punch on top of that to hold that while I find the gems that I did have in my little hands before I started cleaning my room. Okay, we'll just go into the drawer and there we go. Pull out some gems. I think I've got some clear ones on here. So we do have a bunch of pink fresh gems. Oh, there's some beautiful pink fresh gems in the shop, guys. Like gorgeous. And then the Spellbinders Color Essential Gems. They're probably not that price anymore. This pack I have is, I think, from a couple years ago. So I think the prices have changed over time. Okay. So I'm going to use these. I might try my tweezers. Might be a little bit easier to get that off. Okay. We'll see if I can grab that. Okay. No, needs a little more dry time. Perfect. So I'm just going to put all these guys in the center here. Yeah, they do work really well together. Oh, thanks, Rosie. That's the beauty of this DIY color deck, right? They're giving you an image that has all those colors together, so you know that for sure they're going to work. Okay, you can see I'm not really even using my tweezers. It's much easier, I find, to just pull them off. Okay, and thankfully I have enough bling on this sheet to do all the flower center. But now I'm going to add just a few of the smaller ones around the card just to tie in that bit of shine, so it's not, so as you're looking at this card front, or at this card, as your eyes kind of move through over the image. Oh, that's silver. Hang on. Can't have silver. We got to have clear. Otherwise it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. There. So I can grab a card base. I think we'll just put it on white just to keep it nice and clean. Oh, if I can reach my white Sorry, it was a stretch away. Okay. Okay. I think this is on crooked. And so I'm gonna have to add a little more adhesive to there. There we go. Sorry, I added so little I was able to peel that off, but which is good. Okay. And then a little bit of adhesive on the back here. And there we go. Okay. So there is our completed card. Okay, so using the Cheerful Flowers dies, and then the DIY Color Deck, and the Spellbinders Color Wheel Cardstock. So super, super easy to put together. Okay. So yeah, if you've got any questions on how this color deck works at all, feel free to just post them on the Scrap Shotz Facebook page. You can tag me at Rosie Noost, then I'll see it and can answer any questions you might have about it. But yeah, so hopefully that gives you a good look at that. And you saw some great Spellbinders products. Again, the swatch die, we didn't have this for Carnival, but now we've got it. So if you've been looking for this, because I think it was sold out, it is now in the shop. Okay, so thanks everyone for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and you're able to kind of have some playtime in your craft room. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye.